And it offers the first opportunity for you to pick your matchday 11 for the first competitive game. It's a little bit of a difficult one, I suppose, as a manager. You have to let people down. Some people are going to have to accept they're not going to be involved on the first day, but that's the reality of football.
Yeah, but the thing is, everybody knows what they're up to, and everybody knows that we've got a lot of games to play. And I've told you guys before as well, I'm not the type of manager who's going to pick the first 11 and they're going to be playing like 40 or 50 games a season, because I think we need everybody. In the game that we play on Saturday can be totally different than the next game in who we are going to be playing. So I think everybody's going to make their minutes, and if you're playing football, you want to achieve something as a group, and not the first 11 but the whole group, then everybody knows what their task is, and sometimes some players get disappointed, but they need to be ready for if they need to come on, or if they need to play in the next game as well.
Yeah, but over the course of a season, 50, 55, 60 matches perhaps, and there's going to be opportunities for everyone if they react well in training, or when they come off the bench, or if they're not.
Well, that's how it goes. But I think everybody who's not playing, they need to know that they are very important for the team, and in the sense of coming on and being decisive when they come on, and make a difference at that time. But also, if they perform well in training and they're performing better than the one who's playing on their position on the pitch, before, they've got, of course, a big chance that they're going to be playing next game as well. So that's how it works as well, because we need to keep each other sharp, and on each other's toes, so we eventually perform.
And I wanted to mention a couple of the younger players in particular. I think about Liam Kelly and Tene Watson. Haven't actually debuted competitively for Reading yet, but they've been really heavily involved in your preparations for this season, and presumably for the same reason you mentioned there. They're just performing in training and impressing you.
Well, they're doing very well since the start when they came into pre-season with us. When they joined the squad, they've done very well in pre-season, and that's why they played in several games in pre-season as well. And it can happen, during the season if we need them, that they're going to be playing in those games as well.
And that's one thing, I suppose, that not every manager necessarily does, but hopefully you do, is that you kind of put the trust in those young players, and I'm sure you've seen it through Ajax, where they've got a real kind of culture of bringing through young players. It's all about having the trust and giving them responsibility.
Well, it's a thing that we like to do at Reading over here as well, because I think we've got. We give the kids great education, I think, in the youth teams, and if you look at the youth department, they're doing very well, a very good job. One of our things is that if the young players are doing very well within the team that they're playing, and when they get to the under-21s, then we want to bring them over and take them over to the first team squad as well, with eventually the result that they're hopefully going to be playing in the first team as well. And that's the philosophy of the club as well, and I like working like that as well, because we've been doing that in Holland as well. So it's a good thing that we and everybody thinks the same way in performing, in creating good players from the youth teams, and eventually coming into the first team squad.
And finally, obviously, got to mention. Your team selection will be sort of dictated to an extent by players available. A few players have missed out with injuries, a few short-term knocks and niggles. Any updates on any of those players who could be involved this weekend?
Kermagant is fit. He's back in the squad. McCleary is back in the squad as well. Only Joseph, he's still got a slight problem with his hip, so he's not going to be in for this weekend. Jaku, we have a look if the paperwork has been done. But he could be in the squad as well. So. I'm not going to tell you the first 11 yet, but I think most of the players are quite fit to be involved.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time. Thanks.